Welcome back, everyone. So I do realize these past few episodes have not really been working towards getting something done and more just towards, well, we did Master Romance the Moozapans, but it's been more largely towards just, oh, not you, getting this garden in a nice state rather than I think that's, is that all of them? I had 4. I thought to sell. It's 3. 1, 2, 3. No, I have 4 to sell. Okay, cool. Alright. So these guys, so these Moozapans are having problems with having enough space. And these guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to do any better with the Goombas, unfortunately, unless I might be able to try to give them just a little bit more space, but it's not going to be much more. Oh, that sells for almost all of its price, that's nice. So we already got 2 things in the exact same spot. Yeah, I'm not sure though. But, the Moozapans, I should be able to get a bit more space by getting rid of the Buzzgum house. Well, putting the Buzzgum house somewhere else, like putting it over here. And moving this a little bit too. These just happen to not be in very nice spots. So I can move the hive. It's gonna make everyone sad, but...
Boom!
I'll get Willie on building these things back in better locations.
Evening, Gov. I'm just about to have some supper. The chicken chop.
Also, it would be nice to have the shed or whatever. This thing is storage space. I guess it is functioning partly as a wall right now. But it would be nice to not have this impinging on other stuff. Then again, though, in a certain sense, everything kind of like the clear lack of room. Like, we need more room than we have. But that particular issue is in some sense, like, part of the garden. It's part of the garden's character. Like, this place is not sufficiently well maintained. Only barely. It's barely keeping things together. Likewise, if I could just push back this fence a little bit, that might also help things. I could try to move all of these fences back, actually. See if I can move everything back a little bit more. Because I do actually have space in the garden here. The problem is just I don't have enough fences I'm allowed to use.
No, there's
If I could like go all the way back here or something like that, that would be good. And honestly, if I could just go all the way back, that'd be the best way to do things. I would prefer to have actual fence back here if I could, because I can't really put stuff back on the outer perimeter either. Very easily. Darn it. Oh, this guy got sick. Really? You should be able to get back. You shouldn't be stuck here. Does that help? No? Really? You shouldn't be stuck here. Like, you should be perfectly fine. Let's try opening these fences. Yeah, and these macrocoons should not be back here, so... Are you serious? Come on. They cannot understand pathing around objects, which is really annoying. I want to select the candy on this thing. Are you serious? I think they can... So the thing is, I think they're more able to just... An issue here is I think that their ability to just wander past things greatly exceeds their ability to path past things if you tell them to go past it. So they can get themselves in places that they don't know how to path themselves out of by just randomly wandering into them. Okay, you go over here. It's daytime anyways. Okay. So. Now. So I have this little spot here. This is nice, because this is actually a place that really only the Buzzingums can reach anyways. I was thinking, though, that back here I'd probably still devote some of this space to the Buzzlegums. I don't think I can really find another better spot for the... What do you call it? The honey machine or whatever.
I need some work to do.
Honey hive, apparently. I suppose you can actually just put it over here. Which would be kind of funny, putting it right in front of the worker's house. Yes, the bees live directly in front of your doorstep. They don't live there, they just happen to pass by a lot. Just don't disturb them. And that leaves a lot of space for everyone else. Actually, I can move this stove just a little bit.
Here to
I'm also
spend
realizing,
this
I
morning?
think...
Don't forget, you can visit again this afternoon. You're back?
If you put this gate here, I think... I think this largely breaks up the entire garden into two halves. Yeah, you can actually... Oh, that's funny. I've never done that. Maybe I should do that with the garden at some point. You are able to just break up a garden into two halves almost. Not that it's literally impossible for piñatas, I don't think, to go from one side to the other. But it might largely work. Of course, you need to come up with a natural, organic-looking way to split up the garden. But, like, this is actually broke up into two halves, effectively. And I think under normal circumstances, the piñatas will not... Where? What, did you just trip and fall or something? Anyways. So I get the mousepans all on... Well, no, that would be over here, actually. So if I get the mousepans in here, I think I'll actually have them stay in this half. Dude. I think I actually can get them to stay over here now. I wasn't actually intending to create this one big border here. But it looks to have worked out that way. Okay, so there's still an issue over here. They can indeed get through there. Huh. I admit I didn't see that coming. You hear me bring up the menu? That's strange. Give me a second, I guess. Okay. I've had a lot of crashing in this game, weirdly, between this game's predecessor and this one. Let's see how much progress we actually lost. This game autosaves pretty often, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Ah, really? Ah. Yeah, I lost a bit more than I expected to here. Okay, you guys get out of here. Oops.
I'm sure you.
No, I can't.
What brings you in here,
Okay,
cub?
so put the hive down. The house is still here, good. You're sick again. Amazing. Someone left this door open. Okay. But I was thinking I would put back the gate here. Why are those back raccoons going inside their house? Again, it is daytime. They should be asleep. I can put that fence gate back in, though.
Good morning. Can I interest you in
Has she
something
never
seedy?
sailed before?
Oh, no, I don't mean like that. That's
Get on in there. There we go. And by and large, these guys should be stuck here now. But I'm thinking it would be kind of nice to be able to put back
hello.
the fence just a
Chocolate cash
little bit
melting in your
more.
pocket. I'll take it. Your bot?
This is the furthest back I can put it. But why didn't I? This I'll have to... Well, actually, I can probably leave it where it is right now. Probably works fine in that corner. Okay. So for the most part, I don't think I should have...
Giving ruffians chocolate coins
I don't think I should have issues with anybody going from this side of the garden to the other side of the garden. I still intended for the different piñatas to be kept separately from each other, but... Okay. What are you doing, Willie? Okay. So I really just have to... One, reinforce this wall here. So I'll get you on the right side of the wall real quick. Oops. And then they should, for the most part, stay in their own
Chocolate
particular
coins, if not for
areas
spending.
too.
I'd spend them here if I were you. Better value.
I'd like to keep it with the industrial theme here, for this particular area. Oh, didn't I decide I was gonna move this? Did I sell the stove already? Okay, here we go. I was gonna sell this stove because it could have been placed better. The mark where the stove used to be can be left there, though. That's an amusing little indication of how things have been moved around.
Chocolate coins,
I don't know
if not
why
for
it
spending.
clears the ground underneath
I'd
when I
spend
sell
them
it,
here if I were you.
but why do I
Better
keep going to
value.
fences? Okay, stove. I don't know, on one hand I'm not really making much progress in the game this way, on the other hand it's kind of nice like doing something like creative and making kind of nice garden. And also kind of testing the limits of what you can and can't do in this game. Huh, okay. So it's not that hard, it seems like, for Moose Pants to escape, like you just saw there. It would be kind of cool to have a garden that's just broken into two halves where you can't cross the border, but I don't think you can really actually pull that off in reality. Okay, I don't really want to use yet more pipes.
Yep.
Maybe. Because, yeah, it kind of fits how it goes. Pipe, stovepipe, and whatnot. You need to work on your cornering. Stop, stop. There you go. Okay. So if I can just fill in these back areas now. So let's see first, how much fence do we have to spare? Presumably not a lot.
What are chocolate coins if not for
Actually, this might sound a little weird, but I'd actually like to get rid of these fences, because I feel like this side here is the one where I will have the easiest time filling stuff in, because I have this little bit of buffer space off to the left. Well, I guess I have that kind of buffer on both sides, don't I? Whatever. Let's see how many fences we have to actually fill this stuff in. I imagine not a
Good
lot,
evening.
but...
So I'm not the only person who can't afford to sleep around here. There's...
And this is the one garden I'm feeling the happiest with, if you can believe it. Because it really does have like a clear theme, and it's actually accomplishing that to some degree. And I don't know if it's really better or worse.
Whoa there.
For the fact that it has some very creative ways of accomplishing certain things. Like, is it just an ugly mess for having to do things like using this cutlass to act as a fence? Or is that, like, an interesting result of something made of necessity? Or is it actually part of the theme of, like, everything kind of falling apart and only barely managing to function? Because it's thrown together in as cheap a way as possible. I'm not sure.
I'm still open. Come in and take the weight of chocolate coins off your shoulders.
I definitely wouldn't call this garden boring, at the very least, if nothing else. That's the one thing I'm sure that it isn't. If I remember right, these logs are weirdly small. Some of them, not all of them.
Thanks. I wish I could say I replace all faulty... That's not...
I mean, these ornamental stones are a lot smaller than I realized.
I might see how much it will... Found what...
The shorter one fits in there just nicely.
Thanks. I wish I could say I replace all faulty items. That's...
The pile of leaves covers a decent amount of ground. A little too much, maybe. I can't really fit it anywhere. I'm a little nervous about this space open here, to be honest.
You know, this could start to get annoying real fast.
I
Don't...
know I had use for the cartwheel earlier. Some of these things I just don't want to use too many of. I don't want it to look repetitive.
Transaction's done. No credit or refunds. Sold as seen.
She doesn't say that one very often. I put the other sword down somewhere too. Got one sword, I got the other sword here now too. This one actually takes up more space, weirdly.
I might see how much it will cost to gold plate my bathroom. I must have enough chocolate coins to spare by now. Don't forget.
Love using this little fake flower for this. It uses up so little space and whatnot. It's kind of funny.
Coins from, I mean, doing business with you.
What else now though? I do like them. I do like some of this just being like Mummy's turntable. Not what I thought that would be. Not what I would call that personally. I do like some of this just kind of being random junk that has gotten stuck somewhere to occupy space. Like this speaker here. Like, is that actually really something that makes sense in this place? Not necessarily, but we happen to have it. And we needed to fill some space, so... Why is there a Bispati here? You are banned.
I might see how much it will cost to gold plate my bathroom. I must have enough chocolate.
I don't know if I'm morbid
spare
enough to
by
actually
now.
introduce a tombstone somewhere. Wait, do I really not have enough space for those leaves? I thought I had
Nothing.
a decent amount of space to fill in somewhere over here. Yeah.
Transaction's done. No credit or don't.
Might be able to fit another one of these in here, actually. There we go. Hold on. Let's rotate the thing. There we go. Now I just have to cover this one little bit here.
Thanks. I wish I could say I replace all faulty items, but I kind of don't. So that's...
I think that's everything. Like, that's a decent amount of space for both of them, isn't it? Nothing resembling an actual fence between them, which is funny, but... Let's nominally give these guys actual grass, because they are supposed to have that. It is a cow thing. Okay. I do like though that there are certain spots around this machinery that where the grass is all just dead and whatnot. Okay, very improvised. I haven't seen my Goobas dying in a while. Should probably give them some grass again, though. This is part of their enclosure now, so makes sense to at least partly fix some of it up. The edges can remain a little bit more rough. Try not get these. I don't like when these lines are too smooth. They tend to be that way. You can see these are very smooth in some places. That's one of the reasons I really don't like to interrupt the the natural formation of dirt versus grass, because it tends to look a lot more natural to begin with. Whereas if you do stuff by hand, you tend to get these much more unnatural looking boundaries. Okay. So these Goombas seem not to be dying. That's very nice. They actually might have more room than the Musipans. It should be similar, but I think they might actually have more room. And I don't think I'll get it built this episode because we're already way over time again.
Need some work to do.
But I will build a milking shed here. And I think once we have that, this garden should be effectively completely functional. These guys can get out of the way. This thing is a lot bigger though, this is going to be tough. I don't think we're going to be able to completely avoid issues with space here, unfortunately, with the milking shed. And the Musipans lacking the necessary space. Guys, could we? Move! There's just this one standing in the middle of the area that I need. Go, dude. Again, pretty sure Piñatas are supposed to get out of your way in this situation, but sometimes they just don't. They're just standing there. The other one's moved. Come on. Walk somewhere. Or walk somewhere else. I wish the game didn't prevent you from trying to put down items where Piñatas are to start with, because Piñatas move around. You run into situations like this. There's nothing forcing this Mooseman to be right there, it's just that they don't happen to feel like moving somewhere else for some reason. And have someone else walking into where my planned construction is right now. Dude, move! Now then, if I don't have a bee in the way instead this time.
I'd offer you a bacon, buddy, but I've just
Why do I have so many bees here? You can fly. Fly away. Go somewhere that's not here. Why do I have so many bees in my way? My god.
Giving ruffians chocolate coins can...
Why are there buzzlegums here? Buzzlegums have no business here. Absolutely not. I want to put this thing down at least.
my first customer of the day.
What's that buzzing
Maybe
sound?
I should start getting up or take it.
Interesting. There's still buzzlegums here. Why are they here? Move! And there's now a Musipan moving into me. Come on! I just want to put a building down. But these flying piñatas that could be literally anywhere in this garden want to be here. Why? The Musipans I could just move out of the enclosure for a minute. But the buzzworms I can't. I can tell them to fly away, but they just don't. Come on! What plant? No! Anywhere but here. You can fly anywhere. You cannot tell me you can't get there. Dude. Then fly home. Come on.
My first
And we
customer
caught sounds
of the
again.
day. I'll get
The first customer of the day for the third time today. Okay. No promises that anybody will actually be able to survive using this thing. But we'll see you next time. You know how to get in here. Get out of the way! You're small flying piñatas. They shouldn't be in the way of anything. Oops. Okay. Next time we'll get this thing built, we'll have this garden, I think, authentically done for the first time. Honestly, it's not too bad. I didn't ever get to have the tracks around here like I intended to, but it's something. Alright, I'll see everyone next time, and I'll figure out what to do next time. Because I'm actually not entirely sure since... Well, we'll see. Bye everyone.